bitch. I ain't got no fear, yeah. Ancestors riding right behind me every step.
My name is Victor Rivera. People know me as Migo. I've been with Tri-State since August, almost coming up on a year now. I've been hauling salt water for 4 years. Before this, I was a pipeline welder, or I was working in the pipeline, helping the welders, and been in the oil field since 2011. Came from California, moved to West Texas with my grandparents, and got in the oil field then. So I enjoyed it until the point where I needed to be home with my kids. So I found a local job as a welder at a rail car. And I'd always enjoyed trucking. I had an uncle, he used to haul cattle, and used to drive with him for a little while. And decided to get my CDL and start driving the truck again. So got in the business of saltwater. I always liked the oil field. Oil field's always been booming, and if it's there, you can make some really good money in this. And like I said, I worked with 2 different companies before Tri-State. Ever since I moved to Louisiana back in 2011, I always see Tri-State trucks driving. I never knew what they did, what they were doing, but all I knew is that they had the nicest trucks in town. So I said, I told my wife, one day I'm gonna drive for that company. And sure enough, in August, I got hired on. Shout out to Mr. JB, my supervisor. He's a great supervisor. And he brought me on super fast. Did my little road test with them, and started working that same week. And I enjoyed it ever since. People here treat you really well. There's no secrets. If you need something, they're on it. If you need to find out some information, they're right there telling you. I mean, like I said, there's no secrets around here. It feels like it's family home-based type stuff. I worked for another company before this, and everything was like, oh, I can't tell you anything, or we'll just let you know sometime. And it was just very secretive, and it's not good to work for a company that you don't know what's going on. Troy's real open about where he's taking his business to. We had a safety meeting about last week, and straightforward said, this is where I'm going with the company. This is our plans, and this is what we're going to start doing from now on. So it was just open base with him. If you have any questions, Troy is more than willing to answer all the questions that you have. Normally I haul saltwater local around here, and I had the opportunity to do some oil-based mud run to Oklahoma, and just got done today. This morning got home and hauled some mud to Oklahoma, and that was very interesting, very different. I've never done any that type of work, and like I said, Mr. JB, my supervisor, he let me do that, and when we have extra work to do that, he'll let me continue doing it. But other than that, it's a great company to work where you can take your truck home. It's your truck, basically. You just under Troy, and you keep it clean. That's one thing I've noticed, is their trucks are very nice. So I like to try to keep my truck as far as Troy standards, and just I don't like riding filthy. That's one of my pet peeves, is if you're going to be in here for 12 plus hours, why not be comfortable and clean instead of touching a dirty steering wheel and having dirt up to your knees? And I don't like that. So I try to do my best, keep it up, and make sure it gets its wash when it needs its washed, and clean out the inside of the truck. And so whenever Troy needs to come and look at my truck, I don't have to worry in the last minute trying to clean it up and stuff. Yep. So, but other than that, man, I love working here. I see myself working here until I can't anymore. Either retirement or I just can't do this type of work anymore. But other than that, I'm gonna keep pushing it with Tri-State and keep making this money with them, man.
Rolling up an onion, look at my reflection and I'm seeing different colors. Yeah, and I travel when I wanna. Might just book a flight, 30,000 while the sun up. Seated with the stars, I got battle scars, fighting demons on the come up. Balance through the ethers with my Libra skill. With them fire-breathing dragons, ain't no fairy tales. How we claim to be a savage, but look very frail. Relax the ego and let go of what but you scared to tell. I can see the pain inside your eyes. Been there before, so it's easy to identify. Don't go to war with yourself if you can change the ties. Ain't no reward when you running through the finish line. I can see it clear. 2020 vision on these haters, I'm a flex.
You have 3.
I have 4.
4.
Yep.
Okay.
I have 3 boys and 1 girl. And we were supposed to stop with the 2. We had a boy and a girl. Me and my wife were like, well, that's perfect. That's what everybody wants. You know, we finally have our son and daughter, you know, and I don't know how it works out, but we ended up with 2 more sons. So they're blessings. They're awesome. Kids are awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, thanks for riding along with me today in this episode of Gripping the Wheel. Stay tuned for the next one, and we'll holler at you later.